Now you might have seen these 3D printed lenses on the internet and wondered, are they really good or just a gimmick? Today we're gonna take a look at an interesting piece of tech, the DispoLens. It's a 3D printed lens which recreates that look which you would get from a disposable camera. When I first got it, I was very skeptical because it looked very gimmicky or just like a toy. But once I got out and filmed with it, I was mind blown. So let's get into more details regarding this lens. Now my first question as a camera gear nerd was, what focal length is this lens using? After digging up their site, I found out it has an around 28mm focal length and an aperture of f11. It weighs only 10 grams, which is probably the lightest lens I'll ever own. And you can also order it with a lens cap with the DispoLens text in front. In the package, you'll also find a QR code to the quick start guide and their own Lightroom preset made specifically for the DispoLens. It comes in all different mounts like Sony, Canon, Fujifilm, Micro Four Thirds, Leica, and even Potato mount. To test the lens out, me and my buddy Bennett Gretzer drove all the way to Arnisse, Switzerland, while I was helping him out on his own YouTube video. For this, I paired the DispoLens with my Sony FX3 and shot a couple of postcard B-rolls. And straight out of cam, I absolutely loved the image it was producing. It gives this soft vintage look, which reminds me a lot of how photos or videos would look back then. It's a look that people are constantly trying to replicate through presets and other film emulation plugins, but this lens does it all by itself. In this clip, I've just set up my tripod, filmed in S-Log3, and converted the footage to Rec 709 in DaVinci, without even adjusting anything else. It looks so amazing. Here's a couple more clips I took for you to enjoy. Now the 28mm focal length is good for landscape, but you can definitely take portraits with it too. I'm outside right now here with my brother and I'm gonna show you a couple of portrait photos I'm gonna take with him. Schau mal da, dort Hand ein bisschen runter, heb da. Ja, genau. Now one thing to note though about this lens is that it is fully manual and it doesn't even have a focus ring, so you can't get too close to your subject because the minimum focus distance on this is 1.5 meters. As long as you keep your distance to 1.5 meters above, you should be good. Now all these photos were all straight out of the camera without any post-processing. But let's try to add the free Lightroom presets that come with the DispoLens. Alright, so we're here in Lightroom right now, and as we can see here are a couple of photos I took earlier, and here on the side we can see the free preset pack from DispoLens. So we get 6 different presets, so let's just try to slap on one of these presets. I like the DL Gold, and boom! It looks so good. And let's try it with the DL Green, the DL Red, and let's try another photo. I'm gonna pick the DL Gold plus Green, and it looks so good, even with just this preset on. So I'm gonna continue editing these photos right now, and here are the results. Now for my thoughts on this lens, I honestly love it. It makes taking photos and videos so much more enjoyable because it's so small and light, and there's just less friction as to when I would bring a big heavy lens. In fact, I just had it on a strap while we were joining a bike event here in Zurich, and I could just pull it out without it really getting in my way while I was riding. The look it produces is absolutely insane as well, and saves so much time in post if you're trying to go for that filmic or dreamy look. One thing I forgot to mention though is that when having the sun out or a light source, it can produce flares which you might or not like. However, I found this easy to fix by just blocking the light with my hand and acting as sort of like a lens hood. If the guys at DispoLens are watching this, maybe we could even add like a lens hood accessory in the future which we can buy separately. Now how much does this thing cost? The DispoLens costs around $55 or around $59 if you want to get it with the lens cap, and if you ask me, it's definitely worth the price, plus the free Lightroom presets you get on top of it. Now, I wouldn't necessarily bring this on a professional shoot unless I'm really going for that retro look, but using this for my personal stuff like going out for a walk or attending a friend's birthday party really makes bringing a camera fun again because I won't have to think twice about bringing a big camera setup. So what do you guys think? Is this just a gimmick or a toy? Or is it really good and something you would actually use? Let me know in the comments below, and hope this video was helpful, and see you in the next one. Peace!